Whew! Here we are with the 24th build installment of Charizard by LEGO Pokemon. This is set number 72153, contains 6,838 pieces, retails for $649.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO, and yes, well, it's starting to look like a Charizard, but we're still missing some things here. And right now the score is still holding at a 6.5. That's pretty good. And yeah, this is the last build installment. There's 2 bags left, which is this. Well, it makes it 3 bags, but yeah, we're getting close. Lights at the end of the tunnel. I just gotta walk my tootsies right over the threshold and we can do the review. So in this installment today, we're going to do bags 64, 65, and do the full review, which will be at the end of the video, which is just going to be a 360 spin, close-up, and of course, thoughts and opinions. And that's pretty much how I'm going to do it. And when I read through the book, it's not that much. It doesn't look like we have a whole lot here, but the parts list takes several pages at that. But, you know, I got a long ways to go with this here. A long ways to go. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to go through before we even get to this here. We're almost done. And I'm going to show you how to put it on the stand and all that stuff. And I think we're ready to go here. But before we can start, these videos are not to be considered construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the review, which will be at the end of the video. In addition, this is not my day job. This is something I do just for fun as a hobby, just something to kind of pass the time away. And the commentary in these videos are mine and mine alone. So LEGO doesn't pay me to say anything. These are just my thoughts as I'm building the set, even the stories and stuff. And finally, these videos are not to be copied, redistributed, re-uploaded without my written consent. All right, that's just part of the regimen now. We got to go through all that stuff. Okay, now we got all that legal stuff out of the way. We're going to start with bag 64. I mean, how often do you see me go this high up on numbers on bags? I bet some of you probably only thought I counted up to 5. Or even 10. No. This has got the wings in here, and that's what we're going to be working on in this build installment now is the wings. Ooh, that doesn't look too bad, does it? It's all the little parts in that little bag is what's going to scare me off here. Okay, so let's get going here. I'd like to see if I could find more of these for trees. Oh, and your luck, it's a bedside build. Today's the 3rd of June, 2026. So yeah, it's a bedside build. It means I'm doing this before bedtime. So hopefully in an hour and a half, I'll be resting my eyes. Now, we're going to probably have mirrors on the wings. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do here is just build them in mirrors. I think that's going to be more efficient, as I got a full, complete, clean memory card off. I got plenty of time, but I got other sets I want to get onto than this. So what I'm going to do is, that's this guy here, and I'm just going to make the reverse image over here. Now, you don't have to do this. I'm doing it just because I like a challenge, you know, and somebody's going to say, well, Jay, you know, I can't do that. You don't have to do this. You don't. The thing I like about these, they got that slit in the back, but we'll just set those on there right now. And it's hard to say if this thing is actually laying flat. You know, I have these in, I think they're in reddish dark brown. But I don't know if they're meant to sit flat like this. I'm assuming that's how they're going to go. We don't know. This is the critical part. We might spend an hour just on these alone here. We don't know. Yeah, so this is it. This is it. This is the last. Okay, I'm going to start sorting things because I'm having a hard time trying to find parts, and it's all, If you don't like orange, I don't either, but we got to do it. Just got out of the shower too, so I'm ready to wind down for the night. I really want to get this one done because over the weekend I'm going to be having guests over here for a few weeks, and that's not really sitting very well with me right now. So kind of wanted a quiet summer in a way, but things change, and unfortunately that's usually how it goes. But I'll still be in this room, but I don't know. All I said is I cannot give up this room right now because I have sets that I need to review and they need to be done. Alright, so I'm assuming they're like that, and then we got to, so this is just the wings. I'm just taking it. And I need the short ones. I will try to cover everything in these as much as I can, but I'm not an expert on Technics, so... now these things are going to swing around, but we don't know what we're going to do with those yet. Even in my building guides, even messing with round stuff like this could be very tough. Usually when I do a building guide is when I'm doing stuff like this, I always give two angles of what they're supposed to look like. So right now we don't really know. Okay. And then the other noodle piece goes at the bottom. I think they're going to sit flat. If these are his wings, they're going to sit flat. But I'm just guessing here. Well, that doesn't go there. Wait a minute. Did I mess up? No, I didn't. I got to make sure I don't want to... Which way is that supposed to go? Inwards? Alright. So yeah, I'm kind of just trying to get stuff done here so I can get on to some more exciting builds. This one's not too bad. It's just I'm kind of getting pooped of working on the same build. Yeah, I'm ready to move on from Pokemon. Let's do something else, and then I got one more Pokemon set after this one that I got to deal with. It's that Pikachu one, and that's going to I don't know when I'm going to get to Pikachu, because I really want to do the Main Street USA one next, and to kind of do it that way, to try to get a lot of this stuff done here. And then after that, we put the 5 stud long cross axles in here. So Jay, you gonna have this thing done by Christmas? Yeah, I'll have it done. I mean, the first day of summer is what? Just in a week or so? 2 weeks? I'll have it done before summertime. I might. I don't know. I cannot tell you that. I thought I saw some of those little tube things. 1x1 lift arms or Technic beams. Stick those two things in there. It's kind of loose right now. Yeah, my pool thermometer died. I don't know how warm the water is in the pool. It's one of those little wireless ones. I have it sitting out right now. I think pool water leaked into it or something, and chlorine is kind of corrosive on circuits, so yeah. Doesn't look like anything I've seen before, huh? And then after that, we're still building wings. Isn't that cool? So if this is a set you want to buy for a beginner, don't. This one is really not meant for beginners here. Alrighty, but we're running out of parts here, or at least the big stuff anyways. You know what? This kind of reminds me of building one of those. Oh my goodness! I did one for, you know, those Lego elf sets. Yeah, the ones with the dragons or something. I think that's what I did. Well, obviously we're crowning it off here, so gotta get me a nose cone. At least it's not white. You know, it could have been white parts, and that would have not been fun. But we're doing a little bit more than just white today. Those white parts get kind of boring. I mean, how often do I work with orange? Not really a whole lot. All right, so that takes care of that there. All right, so after step 478, 479 is just takes some pins, and we got to put them in all these top holes here, and then you got to stick these pegs, these in here like this. They go in like that. So I got to do 7 more now. Isn't that cool? You know, matter of fact, these would just been mirrored here. Except they would be mirrored up to this point. I mean, who's excited that I'm finally getting this set done? Comment below, are you excited? This is the last build installment? Should I just said, oh no, I lied, there's like 10 more installments after this, and then when we get to the last one, okay, you got 4 more, don't worry about it. Alright. I got Rent-A-Girlfriend and ReZero keyed up on the computer, and I thought, well, before I watch those, I'm going to get these done first. So I thought, before I watch any cartoons or movies, I want to review this set. And after I get done with this and watch some stuff, I am going to, maybe tomorrow, I may just unbox the big boy. And that would be the end of that. Okay, after you do that, you put that on him. Okay. Alright, now we're ready to put it on there. Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Okay, so let's see the back part here, which is this. And okay, this one here goes, that's if I get it right here, like this. Wait a minute, where does that go exactly? Huh? Oh, these rotate. Whoopsie, okay, that's how they go on there. Alright. You may have to wiggle that in a bit. Just like that. Now, I'm not focusing on the rest of this right now. Well, maybe I should, because some people are going to get confused. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. That means that this one here goes right in here. So step 480 is this one here. And step something is that one. So 481, we build this whole thing here. And 493, we put this here. So now, if we did everything right, it fits perfectly in frame. Isn't that cool? Oh no, now we got to put the cloth on there. Got to open up the surprise package. My mom saw it in the bottom of the box as she was tossing them out. I said, oh, you got to let me go through that because I didn't know what I had in there. She goes, oh, I checked. I'm like, please, I don't want to lose any parts and accuse Lego of it. Don't need that, but that's a nice little envelope. Oh, it tells you not to cut it. Oh, we didn't. Just heavy fabric. Okay. Well, now we got to put that on there. But it doesn't stay on there. Okay, well, we're going to have to attach it on there. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is start here at this corner and just work my way around very slowly like that. And that's how I know I didn't mess up, because, well, all the pegs fit on there. At least it's not paper. It may as well be, but I'm going to start there. What if we start in the middle here? They just punch through. Try to put the ball through the big hole, and then just, you know. And yeah, that's it for that. And I don't know, we still got a bunch of other things to do here. Okay, it looks like we got ourselves a sub-step, so time to drop this back down here. That's not a very good place to look at, is it? Alright, so we're going to have to do a sub-step here. But what I'm going to do is check and see. Okay, these are the upper paws. And we're going to build mirrors of these. So let's just do that real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the one here. Step 495 will be the one I'm going to be focusing on. The other one's going to be its reflection here. So I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Sorry I don't have a top-down view. I can't, my budget won't let me. But, ooh, don't you dare fly off. I mean, orange is not really an exciting color, but how often do we work with it? I don't work with orange all that much, except when I build my big giant jack-o'-lantern every year. Yeah, I think I apologize to everybody about the delay and videos from my memberships. Haven't forgot. I got to deal with something. I'm still working on dealing with... Okay, these go on the top here like that. So I'm still dealing with the situation right now. You know, things happen. I just got to deal with it. It's like, can somebody just cut me some slack here for once? Like, I was out just doing something today in the yard, and the next thing you know, can you do something for me? Sure. Oh, if I can take 5 minutes, all right. And about an hour later, it's like, okay, are we done yet? You know, and kind of don't want to work on anything else. Okay. And then the angle tiles go in here. There's just so many little parts that we got to keep track of. I'm trying to sort everything now. And well, there's the other tile. And then we got to get 2 of these, not those, but the other ones. We're getting close to finishing this monster up, huh? Getting all excited here. And oh, no, 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 no. Now you got to put all that on there. Isn't that fun? I thought it was getting close, but no, 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 no. We got a long ways to go here. No, I mean, I just hope the main model doesn't have a bunch of dust all over it, because I'm not going to spend time really dusting that thing. So I'm going to do just the mirror things here. Yeah, today we had to shut my Dad's cell phone off, which was just kind of hard. That's how you know it's over. And somebody asked me on one of my other videos, I'm going to answer it here. You know, again, what is it like to lose a parent? It's not a pleasant thing. It's not fun. It's when you're a kid, you know, you think your parents are going to be around for millions of years. No. Even I thought that. So that's the only downside to that there. But I got to move on and start my own bunch up here, my own family. And yeah. And just think, you got to put teeth inside those. We're not even close yet, huh? We still need a couple of these. So we need those still. Yeah, but one of you asked me, do I ever get tired of doing Lego? Yes. Sometimes after a while, I'm just kind of... I don't get tired of building my own projects. I just get tired of doing the editing and stuff that goes on with it. Sometimes I just prefer to build my stuff and not have to edit the videos. I wish I could just pull it from my mind and what I see and just put it up on YouTube without have to edit anything. That'd make it so much easier. I want this one here facing inwards. Putting those in there with adult hands is a bit of a chore. And yeah, my hands are cut up. I try to get all the glue off. I was working on a jig for my sprinklers. So there's that claw there. And I got all the stuff to do it. I'm just letting the glue dry out. You know, if it's meant to be used almost instantly after you glue the PVC together, I thought, well, I'm going to make sure I'm going to let it dry out really good. I made a bunch of universal adapters so I can just unplug it and check different sprinklers out. It's going to save me a bunch of chores and time. So if one of these sprinklers is bad, I'll know it. Alright, so there's those. Alright. No, not done yet. We got to put these on now. So that goes right there. That one means that this one goes here. If you think you're done, no, you got 502. Let's flip them over like pancakes, and they go right here in the ends. Hey, at least the work was clean. I gotta go now and find that now. We're getting there though. But I'm honestly I want to move on to something else. I kind of wish Lego would tell me the part number of sets so I can decline some of them, but they don't. They just say, we're going to send you a Lego City set. You don't know how big it is until you get it here. It's like, oh, yeah, that's not cool. And this is what we have remaining here for bag 64. Now we got to put these onto that. So, okay. So what we're doing here is taking this arm here, well, one of them anyways, this one here, and it just snaps right, oh, it goes right in that hole there. So let's see if I can get this in here. So I think it might be easy just to press straight down like that. Let's try it and see. Ooh. Well, I don't like the way that felt when I pushed that in. I felt like the whole thing was going to fall apart. That would not have been pleasant at all. Alright, so that's what that one looks like there. Let's see if we could do this one. This time I'm going to put my hand down here and give it a good push. Same thing here. That just plops in. So here we go. Well, maybe not. Okay, put it straight up like this. And these things, this is not going to last too long. I'm going to try to get it to where, so you see how that is. I have to cover it because I got to see it too. And then that's it. Big giant lizard is what that is. Lego, you need to make a set of a life-size kimono dragon. That'd be really cool. And of course, step 504 through 512 does this arm here. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, we got the arms and the wings on there, but we still got a problem right there. Okay. We're just going to sit here and admire this for an hour. How about that? We're finally at 65. Finally, this is the last bag to the whole model. And I want to thank all my subscribers and everyone who's taken the time to watch this channel, watch through the whole entire installments and put up with my nonsense. Because now we got 2 small bags. We're going to be here for another 30 minutes. Oh yeah, do you think Lego was going to let us off that easy? But I want to thank everyone on my Rebrickable profile for checking out my building guides, as well as my main channel's memberships and Patreon subscribers and stuff. So I appreciate it. That means a lot. You take the plunge. I got to deliver. Which means I got to do more cut rate, sloppy videos for you. Which I've had, somebody had comment, they call my videos J-torials. They like my tutorials because my Lego tutorials are always fun. I try to find things that everybody can build and just to kind of preserve it in Lego form. You know, that kind of thing. And yeah, we are going to be in for a long haul. I thought this was going to be a quick... oh, the bags are small. Should only take no more than 15 minutes per bag. We've already spent 25 minutes on just one bag. And now we're... I mean, they hit us hard. Look at all the small parts in here. I mean, yeah, 1x2s. We only got one thing left to make. And that's its head, I think. That's sad. We're not even done yet. We're not even close. Well, we know that those are printed, but that's also a tile. Ooh, Lego, we need to get those in colors now without print work on them. Okay, well, that's how Lego told us to do that, like literally. We made it. Well, I made it so far. I mean, and if you're thinking about getting a set, you want to challenge and build, I challenge you to build this all in one sitting in one day without getting up. No bathroom breaks, too. Although I can't do that, so I can't say anything, but maybe I should. You know, let me make sure and see what this is here real quick before we do anything. Okay, this is its neck. All right, so we're building the neck part. I thought we were building the head. No, we're building a whole neck with it? You're kidding me. Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to... Oh, you know what? And speaking of somebody doing something bad on here, I haven't blocked anybody on these installments yet. Like, literally, I have not. I think that's kind of like a record. I released a Lilo and Stitch video. It was one of those quick builds that I did. And I thought his name was Leo, because I never really have watched Lilo and Stitch. Just don't care to watch that kind of stuff. And I mispronounced it and thought it was a girl or a guy or whatever. I don't know. And I just thought, oh, I'm waiting for the bad comments to roll. And I haven't looked, but I haven't blocked anybody today. So maybe that's a good thing. You know, we don't know yet. Like, whoopsie, more for the blooper reels. If anybody knows what a blooper reel is. You know what I mean? Alright, so... Yeah, I just really was hoping this to be a quickie. I didn't know I was going to be here all night filming this. I thought, oh, no more than an hour and a half. We've already spent a half an hour on just that one bag. Hopefully this will go quick. But you know, it's just hard to say here. I think Lego sometimes will purposely inflate the parts on these just to, like, oh wow, I'm getting a 500 piece set, and next thing you know, you're building, you're thinking, yeah, it's just all small 1x1s. I mean, unlike the other guys, I'll tell you, you know, I'm not sugarcoating things. And I mean, I don't expect to get nothing but big pieces, because that also gets kind of exhausting. But when you're messing with 1x1s and 1x2s like this, it's not too bad. It's just after a while. Alright, you know, it does get kind of exhausting putting big things together. It's like, Lego, go gentle. Don't send me any more big stuff. Just send me like a poly bag, or send me a box full of custom mini, little CMFs. Just send me a box of those. I'd be happy. I'm going to stick this on here first. Put these on here. Okay, we need to find the other one here. May have to take a breather and do the review tomorrow. Alright, let's start sorting parts. Okay. You know, these are really nice, but I need them in other colors. Yeah, there we go. Got that in there. Let's see here. Okay, now we got to work on that side there. Okay. No, I need the other one. Still need the other one. I knew I was going to find it eventually. Alright. So it looks like I don't know what that would be. But we're building a single neck. Like, I don't think he's got two necks. Oh, okay, this reverse one goes here. And well, that's a dark red one. I don't know if I have any of those in dark red. They're probably very rare. Jay, you're not going to part that out, are you? I don't know yet. If I need the parts and they're buried, I'll probably dig them out. And yeah, I keep all my building guides too for reference, just in case something happens. If it accidentally falls in the parts bin, we know where it went. So we're going to be doing this side here. This one right here. So what I'm going to do, it's just easy for me to build it on like this. Now you don't have this. I'm working from step 524. Putting stuff that's really loose together, that's always asking for problems. How do I know that? Because I build a lot of tutorials. Some things just don't work out the way they're supposed to be. So that's why I did it like that. Come on, Jay, you could suffer through this, and I'm suffering. Now we got that thing up there left to do. Almost done, folks. I could just see the light at the end of the tunnel. Who can see the light? I know I can. Getting close. Can't wait to finish. Okay. Yeah, I still get those comments from time to time that I talk too much. And, you know, sometimes it just depends on my mood. And I'll just be like, would you rather have me just sit there with the sound completely muted? Won't bother me. I had it happen. Not on this series of videos, but I'm like, do you want me to just sit there in silence? I don't mind. I'll play some music while there's no sound, and just put a caption at the bottom. Listen to music, no sound. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so after that's done, that's the neck. Oh, and by the way, if you're get motion sickness real easy, I'm sorry. I need to add that into my disclaimers because I do move the camera around a lot. Okay, so the slope pieces go this way. Okay, so they lock right into that there. All right, I think it'd just be easy. I'm gonna just try snapping it one and then swinging it down. And I'm gonna hold at the bottom too. Okay, that went in pretty easily. Boy, that's in there really good. Well, we survived the neck. Yeah. Well, we only got one. Come on, focus in. We only got that one part left. That's pretty frightening, is it? Alrighty. Okay. Jay, come on now. You can make it. I'm getting close. I can see the finish line from here. I'm literally just running out of breath right now. That's how much I've been running here doing this whole thing. It's been kind of just getting exhausting. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You can't see what I'm doing. See, that's the only bad about these big monster sets. So I've been putting these on here like that. I just can't, you know, makes it hard. I don't think I've seen these in orange, but now I know they exist, so I can order those if I need them. A regular one there. I'm looking for two of these. They go on like that. We'll find it eventually, I swear. Here's a tile. Now, if you can't find parts, just do what I'm doing. Just start slowly pulling things out here. It shows two of those on top of one another, but I only have just the one. Nothing in my hands. I got a tile. Did I put something in the wrong place? I really don't want to be here for 2 hours working on that, just the head alone. Well, let's take a look. I might have made a mistake somewhere. Did I? Oh, I did. I made a mistake. It's on the neck. Right there. Alright, well, let me pop that off and replace that with the tile. Something was up there, but hey, at least it wasn't like it was buried into something. We'll put that tile in there. There we go. So now it's where we're at now again. Now, you know, at least I can proudly tell you guys and gals that I leave my mistakes in my videos on purpose. Just so you, the viewer, can see what not to do. I'm finding a bunch of upwards. I need some downwards ones. We're getting there eventually. It starts sorting parts out until I find them. This could be a while. Jay, you're going to take your time on this. No, I don't. I'm not purposely trying to take my time. It's just there's so much here. It's mostly just orange. It makes a nice little hazard sign. Okay. I'm getting there. I'm looking for more brackets here. I got these. There's downwards one. I swear there are. Okay, they're dark orange. All right, well, I found one here. Okay, they're all over here on the left-hand side of my workbench. Yeah, it'd be nice to move on to something other than Pokemon. I think Lego needs to have a limit on parts because sets do get kind of boring after a while. When it's, well, if you're one person putting it together, it could be a little challenging. And then now we're looking for a jumper plate. Okay, got that eye tile. I've never seen the other one. I have it somewhere around here. I don't know. I'm looking for that thing there. And then we're looking for the jumper plate. I'm going to get to it, I swear. I literally am going to get to it. I just can't get to it now because I am trying to find the jumper plate. There it is. I call them an offset plate. Alright, moving on to step 534. I can use that roof piece there, this thing. Yeah, some people are probably shaking their head thinking, if you spent $650, would you part this out? It just depends. You know, it just depends. Alright, then after that is a Technic brick with some of these in here. At least we're getting something done. I know one thing, I need to get in here and sand this table down and start, you know, if I sand it down with that, because I'm going to sand the millions of layers of paint on here. And I think what I'm going to do, I could use some grain filler, but just sand it down enough, I could probably get this thing really smooth. And then where it's not like the little divots and dimples and pits and stuff. I mean, yeah, that's what that is. I don't know. It's part of the head, but it doesn't look like a head I've ever seen before. And we're not done yet, because now we gotta... Oh, I think I know what... That's the inner head. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, headlight bricks in this color. Yeah, orange, I have a few of them, but not that many. And then... You know, I gotta check my battery here. Okay, I gotta remember to do something here real quick. We get those unicorn things, stick those in there, right inside those holes, right inside the headlight brick right there, that little hole in the middle. You're just going to have to wiggle it in and then stick that in there like that. Okay, now we know what part we're working on now. Like that. Starting to look like something. And now they have it where we're going to be working on one side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both sides right now at this moment here. Like this. It's easy to do it like that, just for brevitivity of the video. So we're going to do that real quick here. Yeah, like I said though, I still get some that complain that I pull the thing away because even I have to see the parts. Sometimes I feel more comfortable if I get it closer to me, so I have more control over it. If my hands are sticking way out, it feels like I don't have a lot of control putting parts down. And I don't want to be here just kind of messing around with stuff. You know, that kind of thing. I try my best. Boy, that really is just coming apart. Boy, I can't wait to get that all locked in there. But I try my best, though, in these. I'm not going to guarantee them, but I try. Okay, we found both eye parts. Alright, I'm trying to find that other tile. Where did that go? I got a lot of this stuff. I'm going to find it eventually. Just too much Smurf and orange here. Well, at least it's not white where I have a hard time seeing it on here. And after that, we get that on there. Like that. Yeah, I'm getting more people commenting on the building guides. They actually like the the building guide's a bit better than the video tutorials because you could work at your own pace. Somebody asked me why don't I ever give them away for free. I'll talk that after the break here because I got to go charge up my battery, which I got to do that now, so hold up. Okay, sorry about that. Caught myself just in time. So, about the building guides. Originally, if my channel, my main channel, got 1 million subscribers, I was going to give away building guides. They were just going to be part of just the thank you thing. But it never happened. So, I just never did. And, you know, I'm not even close to 1 million subscribers yet, so I could not give the building guides away. And I wasn't going to wait 10 million years. So I thought, no. I just don't have. I'm not a very patient person. Okay. Okay, so now the head's starting to form up. It's got one eye and an upper jaw. Those are probably its teeth right there, and that's probably the thing that grinds up the food. I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's essentially what I was going to do originally, but it just never happened. Because I was going to like, okay, unlock. I had unlockables on my main channel and nobody cared, so I just said, nah. Okay, and we got some 1x1 plates. So that's the origins of that. Because building guides were actually just going to be freebies. Like they were just going to be all free. I was just going to do it like that. But oh, there's some right there. Those are probably the ears. All right. So what's next after that? Okay. I mean, it's coming along pretty good. It's just, I just think the build was so lengthy and long. I think this is just meant as a group project. I don't think you're supposed to build this solo. I mean, you could. It just would take you as long as it's taken me, but okay. But at least the build's broken down to where we have the option of doing that. Well, it's starting to look like looks like the head of a rattlesnake or something. Yes, I've seen plenty of those. Now, step 544 now, we're working on this side here. So, okay, done. Now we got to go to 549, which is the eyes, and we got to build a mirror of those. So set that off to the side. All right, so we need a couple of these. Okay, just going to mirror them. Jay, please don't. You're ruining the build. I know, right? I'm ruining the build. I gotta do it. Make it hard for you. I can't make this stuff easy. I should just purposely make sets hard to do. Like just, well, no, that's the speed builds. But no, I could just, you know. Okay, so after that, I just need to get these plates in other colors other than orange. Okay, so this goes here. Means the other one goes over here. And then after that is the eyes. Okay. Like that. Alright, so after the eyes are done, then we put the eyes in the eye socket. Oh no, we're not done yet. Almost forgot a part. Whoopsie. This goes in the back here. Like that. That would not been good because I'd have to take that apart, and we don't want to do that. And then after the eyes are done, this one, okay, let's get back over here. So time for bouncy time. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No. We don't need the head. We don't need to do that. No. Almost messed up there. We need that thing. This one goes on this side. Did I mess up here? Oh, I did. Whoopsie. This is in the wrong spot. Well, that's my fault there. Now, what happens when you get something like that? Do we have any tools that we could use? Well, this flame piece might be able to pop these out. Well, let's see if we can here with this. You won't be able to get a brick separator in there. Yeah, it's Technic. Anything with Technic, I'm for sure to mess you up here, am I? There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. Alright, so, yeah, I made a mistake. Oh well, that's just the way the name of the game here. Stick that in there like that. And we'll stick this one in here like that. I bet that little yield sign's going to go on the top. This hole where the brains are supposed to fall out at. That's exactly what goes in there, is that yield sign. I don't know if I can find it, or is it time to yield here? Ooh, I hope that peg doesn't come out. Whew. It didn't. I was holding my breath there. Got a little hole in the middle, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, well, at least we survived that part there. Alright, that's not too bad at all. Alright, 25 minutes in just this bag alone approximately. And looks like we got to do the bottom jaw now. Yeah, they Lego save the nastiest for the last. At least it's not building the stand, because boy, that would have felt like it's taken forever. I think honestly they should have just gotten away with the stands, kept these sets in smaller increments, would have been fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, after I'm done with this, I'm going to take a breather before I do the review. Just plain and simple. I'm not going to review it all right now, because it's just, after a while I got to slow down. I got to say I'm done. I got to stop. I got to do something other than look at this thing. Alright, so we got that in there. We got to put more in there. Boy, I feel like that thing bit me. It's already biting me already. I hadn't even done anything. It's sharp corners. Don't be throwing your parts at me, Charizard. Cooperate. Ever watched Sesame Street? We had to cooperate? Yeah, well, I'm really surprised Sesame Street is still around. And then after that, we got to put this in here. We don't have a lot of parts on the workbench. We're getting somewhere, though. I am going to wrap up the build, though, with setting it on the stand. I don't know. I'm just getting kind of pooped on working on this here. Oh, this piece is printed. But it doesn't show it on here. You know what? I bet it's supposed to go there. That's exactly where that's supposed to go. Watch your tiles. One's printed. I passed that one up. So if you're putting your tiles on, be very careful. Be very careful. Because I messed that up too. So if you messed up, yeah, you're not the only one that did. There we go. All right, well there's, well, let me make sure here. We're missing a 1x2 plate. I have this guy. Did I make another mistake? I mean, I'm royally messing up here at the home run stretch. Let's see if we can see that track piece. It's probably buried somewhere. I don't see it anywhere. I see a bunch of 1x2s. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's on the neck. The back part of the neck. I'll show you here. Yeah, moving this stupid camera around after a while gets kind of annoying. That there. Can I get that out without... Well, I got a better method. Let me get a regular brick here. Yeah. I'm getting burned out of this set. It's getting exhausting here at the end. Just going to take a regular brick and then pop it out like that. It's a brick separator, just a little different. This goes here. That's where that went. Okay, that looks a lot better. Hey, now we know where that goes. Okay, so yeah, and I closed the building guide while I did that. Oh my goodness, I'm really messing up today. I hadn't even sorted through parts or anything because I've been too busy working on this turd. Alright, so here we go with that. And I got the part back to where it was. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. Hey, I don't have a cameraman, so it's a one-man team today. Alright, so these go here. Yeah, but after a while, working on the same set every week gets boring. It really does. So when I mentioned the review, if you're building this solo, you're going to get exhausted of the set real quick. I mean, at least I'm not lying to my audience about it. Even I'm getting exhausted with it too. And I don't know, we haven't gotten that far yet. Getting these in here is a turd. You're going to have to just kind of rotate things around. Honestly, I did not think I was going to be here for an hour or so just filming 2 bags. The other 3 bags were faster than these 2. I'm glad I made a good call doing that because that would have been it. And that's it. That's all there is. Now we got to attach the jaw here. You know, I don't know where that went. After a while, I'm kind of tired of working on this thing. Okay. I see. Well, we're already having things falling apart, Lego. Alright, so these... Oh yeah, you want to keep that open then. Let's make sure here. Yeah, it's meant to stay open. And that looks like that's about it. Oh no, we do need that piece. We have that in the flame. So I thought, oh, we had that one part. What does that go to? It goes to the flame here. And then it goes right in the middle, right there, right between his teeth. So I'm just going to shove that in there like that. Now, I wish I can just say I'm done right now, but I'm not. Because that's what we have remaining there for bag 65. One day I'm going to build a set that has 100 bags in it. That'd be kind of cool, huh? Just see if we get up into the hundreds. Now, I got to put the head on that thing right there. And how do we do that? That's the risky part because a lot of things can happen here. So first thing is... I don't think that's supposed to sit back like that, but okay. So the head might be easy if I show you here like this. This bar is supposed to go right there. So I'm gonna, let me do it like this. So I'm gonna hold on to it right there because I don't trust this thing. I'm gonna grab the head like that. And I'm just going to hold my breath. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. He was not an easy one to put together. I mean, it was kind of challenging, but there he is. And that's an ugly looking creature, isn't it? But his head just sticks straight up, but that's how they want it. And yeah, that's not too bad at all. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a picture. What I'm going to do is put this on the stand here. And I think we're going to do that real quick before I start with the whole thing. So let's grab the stand. Now we're ready to put Charizard on that. Now, like I said, I'm not keeping these. These stands are just, they just take up so much space. And some of you have commented about, yeah, the stands are just, they just take up so many parts. I'm not going to kid you, they do. All right. And now we got to shove this thing right through its rear end here. Okay, so there's a hole back here. Okay, so I'm going to be very careful because it's supposed to fit right in there. And it's supposed to sit right down on that. Is that as far as it goes in? I mean, that just barely sits in there? I mean, I guess it does. It's got to stop in there. Well, it's rounded one way. Oh, maybe it's just meant to do that. Like that. Yeah, I guess he's supposed to be that far up. I wish they'd show you a different angle of it, but that's, I don't know about that. I don't think that's, I'm thinking this would go in all the way down in there, but no, I guess it's not supposed to go. That's, looking at it from the camera, that's how it's supposed to be. Yes, I guess it's just barely in there. Well, that's kind of lame. And yeah, that's it with this. And let's zoom out here because I want to show you the whole thing. Because we're gonna, we're gonna have to put the whole thing together. Now I'm going to have to use the turntable for this. As you can tell, when I do the review on this, yeah, I'm going to have to do close-ups. There's no way around it here. Matter of fact, I'm literally tripping over cables, just moving the camera over. I hate Lego's tower builds because these things get so big, you know, just to do something like this. This ring light doesn't even make a difference at this point. And yeah, I do not trust that on there. I just don't. It just, that's what it is. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a breather for a bit because we're not done with this installment yet. This is probably going to be about an hour and a half installment because now we got to put all the sections together. Then I got to do the official stuff. Isn't that cool? But I need a break. I'm got to let my eyes cool down for a bit on this one. Okay, I had to clean the table off, drop it down as low as I can get it because now I got to put the whole entire build onto this and hoping that it fits. So when moving this thing around, one of the things I've learned is you got to move it in parts. So, you know, honestly, we should have started with Charizard first because the other two pieces are going to join up with this. Looks like they just slide into place. So, well, let's start putting things together. So I'm going to have to walk across the room a few times just because I have these sitting on the arm wall and I don't want to, you know, risk breaking something. You really can't see anything. You know, that's the only problem about these big sets is that I have to back the camera up just about all the way. And I'm zoomed all the way out with macro turned on. Yeah, we're getting somewhere here. Let me get this thing here wiggled in here a little bit. Okay. All right, let me level this up here. Now I gotta go get the other remaining parts. So I think that this one here should have been built first. I'm gonna do, it depends on the side you're working on. I'm gonna do Blastoise next, but I'm sure the other one can be put on the same. Just trying to find a place to set these Pokemon at. Don't set them on something soft like a sofa. They will break. Okay, so looks like these just slide in here. Sorry if I have to get in the way. Yeah, it just, well, this is why I'm giving it a 6 now. I'm tired of these things falling off. So something in here is already binding. I hadn't even finished everything yet. So what's going on here? All right, let me move this out of the way here. It's big. It's big, and it doesn't want to go together very well. This is why I want to... am I even recording? Making sure here. This is part of the gig here. So I'm having a hard time here getting this on here. See, there's just no space for this. This thing is just too big. It's big. I can't slide this thing in here all the way. It seems like it snaps in, but these are all Technic. Is it even supposed? Okay, it does snap in at the base down here. So you have to really force it in. Really, I can't show everything. You're just going to have to give it a good push. Now, honestly, I would not push it with all this on here. I would put the stands on first. Now, putting this on here is going to be a bit of a turd, but I've already showed you how to put it on there before. Just have to braille for it here. You know, there's a difference. It's like building my own mocks. Things can get pretty big, and sometimes you get your sets too big like this, and it just feels like I'm not getting anything done here. Okay, that takes care of that one. Okay, but now we got to do that. It's not quite centered on the base yet. Let's see if I can slide it forward a bit here. I don't think I'm going to be able to turn this thing around to show the back. Let's do the big guy. We've got to be careful with Venusaur. Remember, his jaw will fall off, so I don't want to mess with that. Yeah. Now, when I get done reviewing this, I'm going to have to dismantle the set and put it on my arm wall. But right now, my main goal is to get... Oh, this control's on the wrong side here. Sorry if this is really bouncy for some. There's not a whole lot I can do. It's ridiculously too big. So these things do snap in. This one's a little easier to show, and I'm going to have to really push it in here. Okay, so like that. Pop it in. Now I got to get Venusaur and put him on there. Yeah, I'm just glad that this thing is done. I'm honestly getting tired of working on big sets. I just want to get back to working on my own smaller stuff, because stuff like this is a pain. I think Charizard was the only one I didn't have to really mess with parts falling off. This one here, you got to be very careful because of the jaw coming off, and then you got to line up all the feet, and you got to get around all the terrain stuff, so it could be very dicey to get this on here. I mean, at least it's got holes for the Technic pins. You know how bad I'd like to say a bad word right now? I'd like to meet the designer and kind of... See, I'm getting pieces starting to flake off here. I'd like to meet the designer and be like, WTF, what are you thinking there? I fill the hole, but I'm trying to rotate it to get it in there. It may take 20 minutes to get this on the stand. See, this is buttoned into here. How do you get this on here? Do I have to wiggle it or something? there's just so much. This set has just too much going on here. Okay, managed to get that on there. And yeah, it's ridiculously big, ridiculously overpriced, and how am I going to review this? I may have to pull the whole table out. I'm going to be honest, I'm sick of doing big models. I really am. I mean, I don't think a lot of people are going to buy this and put it in their collections unless you're just die-hard into this stuff. Make sure I could do a full 360 spin here. Yeah, the backside's not too pleasant, and of course Charizard's flame is hitting the gonna have to pull the whole thing out, like literally, so stand by. Very rarely you ever see me pull this thing out, but that's how ridiculously big it is. You know, is it flat on the back? See, you can't even push this up against the wall because of the tail. I mean, the tail sticks out. I thought at least I could slide this up against the wall, it'd be fine, but maybe you can't. I really would like to meet the guy who designed this and wring his neck. I really would. It's just kind of like, what are you thinking when you make something this big that you really can't do anything with it? It's kind of sad, though. You know, I understand that the challenge is to make stuff big, but oh, when you get something like this, get a turntable. You can't even see Charizard's head. That's how big it is. It's big. It is big, and it just takes up so much space. This is not something you could put on your end table. You're going to have to find a place to permanently put this thing here. I think the easiest thing to do here is, yeah, all right. Let me mess around with this a little bit. I want to save memory card space. Okay, I kind of got it to where I want it to be. You know, I'm just kind of fed up with this one. You know, the one I think I actually had a hard time filming was that big giant Harry Potter set. But I think LEGO really needs to tone down on these big, ridiculously expensive sets. I'm going to be honest, I don't think a lot of people got this one. I've only known one other person that's actually got this set. And I don't think your average LEGO builder is going to buy this unless you're really hardcore into this theme. So let's see if we got this right here. Is it going to bump into anything? Because I don't have any more space to move around in here. Now in my shop I have the space, and here I don't. Matter of fact, in my shop I got an island in the middle that I can actually put this around and talk behind it. But all my equipment's in here. And that's it. I didn't get the ring light set up or anything. That thing won't really make much of a difference. I'm probably going to use the floodlight on the camera, which I got to find. That's even it. But honestly, though, for some, you know, let's do that. So now we just set it up. Now we're going to get into summation of thoughts before I get into the review. I'm going to flat out say it's a 6. Before anybody thinks I'm crazy or I'm nuts, how dare do I do it to something this big? That's it. It's big. It is very big. And I don't think any normal person's going to have space to put this. I don't even know what I did with my floodlight. Because now I got to dig for that in this mess now because I had to move a bunch of stuff to put this thing up here. I don't know what I did with it. It's buried somewhere. So I'm going to have to spend probably about an hour trying to find the floodlight. So I'm going to put the floodlight here, put a lot of light down on this. It's pretty dark in here. Camera's kind of compensating it, but yeah, I don't know anybody's really going to get this one. Just, I guess, as a challenge. The price per part is not bad, but I just think a 6 out of 10. It's just grotesquely large. This is not something you want to part out, but once I'm done with it, these stand pieces are going. I'm not keeping those. But yeah, well, let me dig up my lights, and then we're going to go for the formal tour and all that stuff. Well, here we have Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. They're all assembled, and yes, as you can tell, this is a very large set. So large I actually had to bring the review table out a bit because it is very big. And we'll take a closer look at everything in the bits. So here we have Venusaur. Not too bad. He's standing on his respective display here. And there's a little bit of dust on it. That was the first one you had to build. And then the second model you build here is Blastoise. Now, sadly, some of these pieces arrived in scuffed. Now, this is just used for water, nothing special, but for the price of this, I shouldn't see any scuffed parts, which is a shame. And here we got good old Charizard. And he's ready to come off. Now, I would take these off and show you guys up close, but we'll do a close-up tour in a second. These are heavy, and they're hard to put on the stand and take off, so I just don't want to move them. So we're going to do our classic 360 spin tour here. And yeah, it's big. It's big, and you got to find a place to put it. And that's the back, not too much here. Now it looks like this would sit flat up against the wall, but unfortunately this tail sticks out too far, so you really can't push this up against the wall. And yeah, it's very big. I'd say it stands roughly about 20 inches tall. So I'm going to have to find a place, but I only have space for just the Pokemon, not the stands. So I think the stand was just an added bonus, but at a cost. And I mean, just looking at it though, it's nice eye candy. It looks really cool. Look at the colors. It's just a lot of bright colors used in this set. And even when constructing the set, there was a lot of bright colors in its internals. So you're not just building something that's solid medium azure, you're not building something solid dark azure or solid orange. There's a lot of bright colors woven inside each build, as well as Easter eggs. So there's a lot of things going on here. Well, what better way to really take a look at this is with a close-up tour. Here we have a close-up of Venusaur, and that's the inside of his mouth there. Yeah, you got to be careful with this when you're building it and grabbing it, because this will come off very easily, and sometimes this plate here will come off. But here's the terrain. I mean, it's got a lot of color in here for this. I don't like doing hand cam that much, but this set here deserves it. So I'm going to try to keep the camera as sturdy as possible. So here we got the vine whips, and we got the flower on top. Now I don't dare want to move anything because I'm afraid I'm going to break something. And yeah, let's take a look here at this side profile. And he just sits on there. He's not attached. You could remove him from the stand, but, you know, you'd be afraid something breaks soft. And that's the other side of him here. And here we got Blastoise. And all the graphics you see are printed. This feels like a really good high-end mock than anything. And yeah, all the joints on all the Pokemon do move and stuff, but everything's a little bit large and I don't want to break anything. So it looks like he's just coming out of water here. Sadly, a few of these here arrived in scratched, so not too noticeable. And be careful, some of these are attached and with only 1 or 2 studs and they will fall off. I do like how the water looks at the bottom. I mean, this looks really good. And like I've said, though, this looks like it is a high-end mock than anything else, like someone's creation that they've built. So let's take a look at the shell back here. Those are all separate pieces. Not too bad. And now we're going to look at Charizard. Now he's just sitting on this little pole here. But here he is. Yeah, at least the jaw on him does close a bit, but I'm afraid to move anything. I'm afraid to break something, but there's his head with the flame attack sticking out. His limbs do move too. You know, so some of these feel kind of loose. So it's just a lot of weight. Yeah, the wings are obviously cloth. There's his tail with the flame on the back. I'm hoping this video turns out very well. Matter of fact, I'm trying to keep it so steady. I got the top of the camera resting on my forehead so I don't make it too wiggly. So now we can take a look at the back here. That's essentially what it is. Yeah, his legs and stuff do move. And yeah, the back is left to be desired of for the stand. Looks like you can almost put another piece on the back here. And all pieces do snap in for the stand, so it's like one unit when it's done. Now I would not move this in its entirety. The best thing to do is to get a turntable like this and put it on here to show off to your friends, because there's just a lot of weight on it. This thing's heavy. This is not a very light project. But as you can tell though, I mean, there's a lot of detail. Now, out of all of these, I think my favorite is Venusaur, although I'm a Charmander fan. But if you want, you can display just the Pokemon and dump the stand, which is probably what I'm going to do, because this stand's about 20 inches tall, I believe. And yeah, it's pretty big. As you can see, it looks like it goes on forever. So this is more like a mock than anything else. But yeah, it's just packed with detail. What are my true feelings on this? How do I feel about this set? Well, here they are. So let's start the review with play value, and as you saw with the tour and close-up, this is not a playable set. So this is not something you could really take and easily move around, play with it, all sorts of stuff. So this is just meant to be admired. Build quality, I would say, is above average, but pieces will fall off this set just due to its size. Like these right here will just come off. Just easy. Jaw on the Venusaur, this could fall off. I've had it fall off a few times. And Blastoise, some of the shell pieces can come off. So it's just very large. That's why the pieces are falling off. And you know, sometimes if you build a set too large, things are bound to just flake off once in a while. So this one's no exception, but it is built very well. This is more like a mock than your typical Lego set. So it was built with care. This was designed and built with care, but it's just big. So, you know. Now, build experience, on the other hand, this was a pretty fun set to put together, but towards the end I was starting to get exhausted. And if you're doing this solo, it can get really intense. Now, in addition, 6 people can build this set. You also do get 3 brick separators. I thought there was 1 in there, but you do get 3, so everybody gets their own brick separator. But you got 3 portions of the base, and you also have, you know, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. So up to 6 people can comfortably build this set. And if you really want, just give the person you don't like and have them build the base. The bases were not that fun to construct. I was starting to get kind of bored. I just wish that we were just building just these 3 Pokemon. Would have been nice. And speaking of that, this set is just large. And honestly, I'm just going to throw it out there like with everybody else. I think Lego should have split this set up into 3 smaller sets, and you can just buy the parts you want and put it together. It was just big. It was just too big even for me. And just finding a place for this is going to be a challenge. So I already have a place set up for this. So if you're building this, make sure you have a place to display this beforehand, because moving these around can be a bit of a challenge. And you don't want to scoop this thing up from the bottom. You're going to have to take off Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard first, and you have to break the stand down and move it. I would not recommend moving this thing as a whole, because these will just fall off. Even Charizard just barely sits on here, and it's just not a whole lot of room for him to just rest. So this is just meant to be something to admire. Now, I do recommend a turntable like this. It's easy to move this around. You can rotate it, but just picking this up, you just find a place to put it and just look at it. That's pretty much what it is. Now, I'm going to give this set a 6 out of 10. And Jay, why is it so low? You know, why a 6 out of 10? It was due to build quality. The set was just so massively large. You know, it's just not meant to be something you can easily pick up and move around. So, you know, pieces are going to flake off. And this is for a total of all the stuff that we had to do in here. I mean, everything's built very well. It's just parts will fall off here and there. I've had foliage fall off, and that's the only issue is build quality. And some of these pieces here came in scratched. Lego still needs to really get into packing these sets better. But at least everything's printed. There was no stickers to fuss with, and I was pretty pleased with the overall outcome of this set. And this is pretty intense. So if you have a family that likes Pokemon, you all want to construct something together, it's not too bad. Now, the price point is $649.99, and that's roughly about 9.5 cents per piece. That's average. So you're buying an averagely priced Lego set. Well, I think it is anyways. But what makes this set expensive is just, it's big. It's big. You're getting 3 Pokemon. You get them on a stand. But the only bad thing about this set, it's just not playable. It's just a very nice collage of backdrops and Pokemon. It's just nothing to play around with. It's just meant to be admired. And yeah, after seeing this in person, it's really impressive looking. Now, if this was a mock, somebody's mock that they have created and just had it on display, I've been like, wow, you know, this is cool. But this was really built with care. But honestly, I'm kind of glad that the build is done. It was a long ride. If you watch my build installments, it was pretty much a long ride with this one here. Built it all solo, had no help. But honestly, this is meant for serious Pokemon memorabilia fans. For an average Lego builder, this set's a bit pricey. Even for me, I personally would not spend $650 on this. If these were separate, maybe $150 per Pokemon at the most. But I think it was the stand here that threw everything off. And I think Lego could have done without the stand, because these Pokemon can stand alone. But all around, though, if you're looking for a very challenging build, this one's got you covered. And overall, I'm pleased with the outcome of the set. It's impressive. It's just too big. I got to find a really good place to put it and to try to keep the dust off of it. But I want to know what you guys and gals think of the Pokemon set.